Hello and welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be looking at getting rid of some of the swirl marks on the BMW X1. Let's get to it. You may or may not know that in a recent video I took this car to a hand car wash after polishing the bonnet to see what kind of damage they would inflict on the paintwork. Now initially I didn't think it was that bad because when I inspected it the sun wasn't shining bright, but one day when I went out and the sun was absolutely glaring, the car was covered in swirls, an embarrassing amount of swirls. So plan for today is get the car washed, do a decon on it, clay bar, and then a single stage, then put some protection down on it to hopefully try and knock out as many of those swirls as I possibly can. Let's get on with the wash. Now when it comes to the wash process, I'm not going to dwell too much on it in terms of taking you through it. I'm just going to quickly fire through the wash and then we'll get on to the good stuff with the polishing and the protection. But you still need to do a wash, you still need to do a decon, and the products that I'm going to be using today are all from Blitz Detailing, apart from a few which I'll let you know as and when they are. And this is their wheel gel. Now you spray it on liberally, and what I did was actually put some of their normal shampoo into the wheel wash bucket just to give a little bit of extra suds and a bit of extra lubrication, pairing that up with the EZ brushes and the Garage Therapy wash mitt. And I didn't even manage to take a video of the rinse down, so we're straight on to the citrus pre-wash, and this is mixed up at a 4:1 dilution rate. What I did was layered on the citrus pre-wash, and even though I'm using these IK sprayers here, it really does make me realise how good it is to have a pump sprayer for this kind of application. My fingers were so tired after this. However, get the pre-wash on, and then I layered up the snow foam over the top of it. This is an alkaline based snow foam, so it is not pH neutral. And what I have noticed from these two products is that paired up together, they give excellent cleaning power. Once the snow foam and the citrus pre-wash has all been rinsed off the car, it's time to get on with the shampoo, the contact wash phase. And this is again the Blitz Detailing shampoo. It's a jelly bean scented shampoo. It's got nice dilution rates. This is the first time that I've used it, so as always these are kind of first impressions videos, and first impressions are good so far. I'll definitely be using it again, continuing to test it out. I have been doing a lot of testing on the car for a couple of companies with some different products, as you'll have seen in the last video, and this wash has actually been done not that long after all that testing, so the car isn't particularly dirty anyway. It's just got a lot of swirl marks that need attention. I've also got a nice new back bumper on order to address the issues that I covered a few videos ago when I was assessing some of the damage that's happened to this car. Now before I move on to the clay bar phase, I did use a fallout remover and a tar and glue remover, but with this car being black there's really no point in showing you because you genuinely can't see anything. So I'm straight on to the clay bar phase here. Clay bar that I'm using is an AM Details clay bar, and I'm actually using some quick detailer as a lubrication. This is the Squid Ink quick detailer that I'm using, and it's not straight, it's not raw. What I did was I put about an inch worth of product into a bottle, topped it up with water, and it gives excellent lubrication for clay bar. The wash is now done. Chemical decontamination's done and the clay barn's done. The car's dry and it's ready for me to start polishing. Now, like I said, I want to make this a one-step process. So I've got 3 different pads and 2 different compounds. Sorry, 4 different pads and 2 different compounds that I'm going to try out. Just do a few wee test spots, working from the least aggressive to the most aggressive until I find a suitable combination that's knocking out enough swirls to make me happy and leaving a nice enough finish. So let's have a look at the car and look at the swirls if the sun comes back. Once the sun gets past that cloud into the clear sky, hopefully get a look at some swirls. Okay, I'm not sure how well this is going to come across on camera. Hopefully you can see the ridiculous amount of swirls that is all over the paint, especially along that top edge there. So I want to try and knock as many of them out as possible and leave a nice finish so that we can apply a nice wax on the car. Like I mentioned, I've got a few different pads and a few different compounds, and this is one of the test panels that I've done using the Chemical Guys Hex Logic Orange pad paired up with the Cartec 5000 compound. It was very difficult to pick up on camera there, but looking at it by eye with the light on it, I can see that that's knocked out a lot of those swirls that were there. When I get to some deeper scratches further on, I'll probably need to step it up and maybe do a 2-step. In certain areas, targeted areas will be 2-step, but for the majority of it, I'm going to be going with the Cartec compound 5000 fast cutting powder, which is around about their medium compound, and the orange Chemical Guys Hex Logic pad, which is again around about a medium pad, so should give a nice level of finish. Let's crack on with polishing. Now, when it comes to polishing a car, I'm not a professional, I'm no expert, so I'm not going to try and talk you through the process or how you should be doing it or whatnot. This is just how I do it, and I load up the pad with the compound, dot it over the area that I want to work in. I'm going in small sections here, and I make around about 3 passes going up and down the way, and 3 passes going side to side. And after every panel, I like to blow out the pad with the compressed air, get all the compound out of it, and it helps cool the pad down a little bit as well. Alright, so we've come across our first scratch, that's our marks on the paint that's not come out with the medium cut and the medium pad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to step it up to a heavier pad, and I'm going to use the Absolute Valeting uppercut, which is a heavy cut compound, see if I can get them out. As I'm just going for isolated areas of scratch improvement, the KD incline is absolutely perfect. They're not completely gone, but a massive improvement. I'm going to do one more pass to see if I can get them going, and then we'll move on. Again, I do feel it's important to reiterate that I am not a professional car cleaner. This is a hobby for me. I'm an enthusiast and I like doing this myself. And the idea always behind my videos is to give people like me the idea of what can be achievable by doing something on your driveway with a little bit of effort. Car's now all polished, looking glassy. Last thing that I'm going to do is these B-pillar door frame type things. They are very swirled up, so I'm going to get the KD incline out and give them a once over. For the B-pillars, I went straight in with a heavy cut compound and a heavy pad, as I've tried to do this before on this car using softer pads and not as good materials. And let's just have a look and see if the results speak for themselves. And you can see by the 50-50 here the mega improvement that we've achieved from one pass. The last thing that I'm going to do now that I'm finished polishing is I'm going to prepare the car for a wax. And for the preparation, I'm going to be using the Garage Therapy panel wipe, I've used this a few times now. I've not had any issues with it. It does seem to be a decent product, but I don't really know how you can compare a panel wipe, so let's just leave it as it does what it says on the tin, and it smells nice as well. Final protection time, so I'm going to use the Garage Therapy 2 Alpha Wax. I had issues the last time I applied this, so I'm going to apply it in much thinner layers, much smaller sections, and buff it off relatively quickly. It's not as warm as it was the last time I used it, so hopefully that works out to my advantage. So I'll get my pad primed and get going. I've got a very short piled microfiber. This is one of the SGCB ones. These work absolutely fabulous for wax removal, so I'm hoping that it'll be the same with the Garage Therapy wax. That is just taking it off so nicely. Car's now complete. All in all, probably been a solid 6 to 7 hours worth of graft. I'm actually supposed to be doing DIY right now, so if MD's watching this, please don't tell the missus. Car's came out great. There's no sunlight to tell if I've got any smearing or anything, but I can't see any at the moment. When it gets a little bit darker, I'll get the LED light out and have a look just to double check, see if I need to get any of the glass cleaner out. But I'm hopeful that I've done a much better job of it this time, and it's been much cooler as well. So the wax went on a lot easier, and I found it came off a lot easier without clogging up all the microfiber towels that I used too much. So I'm really happy with the outcome. Car's looking fantastic, hardly any swirls left on it. Just need to finish the wheels. I just need to get the wheels refurbed and then we're good to go. I hope you've enjoyed the video. As always, I hope it's been informative. If you have, hit that like button. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing to the channel. And as always, I will see you on the next one. And I bet you thought that was the video finished. Of course it's not. I did indeed come back out that evening with the LED light to see if I had any smearing left on the panel. And what you'll see at the moment is that I actually do have some smearing. You can see it all over the door there, and as I move across the way, you'll see some quite noticeable smearing. It looks like wash marring. Bear in mind, we've fully polished the car, so it's got to be some smearing. When I run my finger through it, I can see a visible line in it, and you can quite noticeably see one of the larger smears here. Now what I'm using at the moment is a completely fresh microfiber towel, and it still just seems to be moving the oils, the residual oils just around the panel. So as you can see, this isn't something that's cured on the paint, it's just something that's moving around. So again, I'm scratching my head thinking, what on earth am I doing wrong with this wax? Because at the end of the day, when you get it right, the finish is absolutely fantastic. The gloss levels are outstanding, and the water behaviour or the beading is absolutely fabulous. I spoke to Maz from Garage Therapy about it. The only thing that we can think of is that it might be the microfiber towels that I'm using. So I'm going to get some new ones and I'm going to try it again. In the meantime though, what I did was I went out the next morning, this is the next day, gave the car a wash, got the light back out, and just giving the car a wash managed to get rid of all that residual oils and stuff that was left on the paint. So this is the finished product. The car is now looking absolutely fantastic. Once again, I hope you've enjoyed the video, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.